Hi everyone, it's Heidi. How's it going? We are finally watching a video on George Carlin. You guys have been telling me about this guy forever, it seems. I still haven't watched any of his stuff. The only things that I know is I know what he looks like now. I know that he talks about politics. I know that a lot of people kind of agree with what he's saying a lot. And I know that he's very straightforward. That's what I've heard. I haven't heard anything about what he actually has to say. I am an American. This video is called Life is Worth Losing, Dumb Americans. So we'll see how that goes. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe and come see me on Twitch. I'm in my PJs right now, but I at least upgraded my makeup a little bit. So I hope you like it. But anyway, let's do this.
But say what you want about America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers, you know?
Poor America.
Now, obviously, that doesn't include this audience. I understand that.
No, and it doesn't include me either. Obviously. I'm just kidding.
You seem intelligent and perceptive, but the rest of them, holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint. And this ain't just ranting and raving. This ain't just blowing off steam. I got a little evidence to support my claim. It just seems to me that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it.
That's another story,
It
huh?
looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise.
He's American, right? Is George Carlin American? He has an American accent, it seems. So I think that's so funny. He's like, there are some dumb people here, and he's from here. If he's from somewhere else other than America, let me know. But it seems like he's probably from here.
Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall.
There is some ugly
fucking
stuff.
Shopping mall.
That's true.
You know that? That's all you got. That's all you've got here, folks. Mile after mile of mall after mall. Many, many malls. Major malls and mini malls.
Many.
They put the mini malls in between the major malls. And in between the mini malls, they put the mini marts. And in between the mini marts, you got the car lots, gas stations, muffler shops, laundromats, cheap hotels, fast food joints,
Fast
strip
food,
clubs,
that's
and
what I was
dirty
looking for.
bookstores. America the Beautiful. One big transcontinental commercial cesspool. And how do the people feel about all this? How do the people feel about living in a coast-to-coast shopping mall? Well, they think it's just fucking dandy. They think it is cool as can be because Americans love the mall. They love the mall. That's where they get to satisfy their two most prominent addictions at the same time, shopping and eating. Millions of semi-conscious Americans day after day shuffling through the malls, shopping and eating, especially eating.
Look at him
Americans
shuffle.
love to eat. They are fatally attracted to the slow death of fast food. Hot dogs, corn dogs, triple bacon cheeseburgers, deep fried butter dipped in pork fat and cheese whiz, mayonnaise soaked barbecued mozzarella patty melts. Americans will eat anything.
It's true. But honestly, the more that he said, a lot of those I'm just like, ooh, that sounds disgusting. But honestly, I am guilty of, for some reason, I really like the McDonald's McDouble. I don't know why. I get it a lot less now, but I totally understand. Gosh. I had a thought, and that's why I'm supposed to pause, because I lost my thought now, so let's just continue.
Anything. If you were selling sauteed raccoons' assholes on a stick, Americans would buy them and eat them.
No! We think the
Especially
other
if you
food
dip
is
them in butter
weird.
and put a little salsa on them. This
Gross.
country is big time, pig time. Forget the bald eagle. You know what the national emblem of this country ought to be? A big bowl of macaroni and cheese. A big bowl, because everything in this country is king size. King size, extra large, and super jumbo. Especially the fucking people.
True. Oh my gosh. But no, this still blows my mind. I don't eat that much. But everywhere I go, I get way too much food. I have to bring home leftovers every single time we go out because they just serve way too much food. It is insane to me. We go to our favorite ice cream place, and they have a like it cup, a love it cup, and a gotta have it cup. And I always see, the in between. The gotta have it is this big, but next to it is the love it, and it looks small compared to the big one. But every time I get the love it, I always realize I'm only eating half of this. I need to get the little like it. And that's what the kids get here. You know what I mean? But everything is so huge. It's crazy. Anyway, so I agree with him.
Have you seen some of the people in this country? Have you taken a good look at some of these big fat motherfuckers walking around? Big fat motherfuckers.
I feel so bad.
Oh my God. Huge piles of redundant protoplasm lumbering through the malls like a fleet of interstate buses. The people in this country are immense, massive bellies, monstrous thighs, and big fat fucking asses. And if you stand
I don't know,
there for a minute,
sometimes
you
it's
look
cool.
at one of them, you begin to wonder, how does this woman take a shit? How does she shit? And even more frightening, how does she wipe her ass?
I have thought about that one.
Can she even locate her asshole? She must require assistance. Are paramedics trained in this field? And standing right next to her, of course, with a plate full of nachos and a mouthful of pie is her clueless fucking husband, Joe Sixpack. With his monstrous swollen beer belly hanging dangerously out over his belt buckle, this guy ain't seen his dick since the Nixon administration.
Okay, I just have to say, this came out 6 years ago. I feel like since 6 years ago, I might not have heard anyone really hounding on weight like this in probably about 6 years. I feel like it's a very sensitive topic now. I feel like there's a lot of, push on body positivity and things like that, which is great. At the same time, I do think it's important to be healthy. And so it's a very hard, it's a hard balance because I don't know, who am I to say what someone wants to do with their body, right? Whatever. But yeah, I don't know. As far as I go, I try and be healthy and I try and keep an eye on that. But I haven't heard anyone, being this straightforward about that in a while. It makes me uncomfortable because I haven't heard it in so long and it's so looked down on to talk about this kind of stuff in this tone. It's like we've lost that. We're not allowed to do that anymore, or else you're a hater, you're a woman hater, I don't know, you're very judgmental if you do that, which that is exactly what this guy is. George Carlin is very judgmental. But he has some good points. It's very, very interesting to hear this. I feel like I haven't heard somebody this straightforward in a while, in a little bit.
And if you stand there and you look at the two of them, you begin to wonder to yourself, do these people fuck? Is this man actually capable of fucking this woman? It doesn't seem structurally possible that these two people could achieve penetration. Maybe they're in that Cirque du Soleil or something. Telling you, the people in this country are every one of them is 50 pounds overweight. They are gargantuan. And in the summertime, God help us, in the summertime, they all want to wear short pants. Jesus, Lord, protector of all that is good and holy, deliver me from fat people in short pants. They all got short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Every one of them's got two dumb-ass kids with them. And the whole family is wearing T-shirts, and every one of them's got the same T-shirt. I'm with stupid. Apparently in this country, the stupids are an extended family. And besides wearing them T-shirts, every one of the families got on a backpack. They got a backpack strapped to their back so they can carry around lots of stupid shit. And the reason they got to carry their stupid shit strapped to their backs is because their hands must remain free at all times to hold food. And to get that food up to the mouth where it gets shoveled in with all the rest of the disgusting shit they ate that day. And another reason for the backpacks is these people are going to buy even more stupid shit. They ain't got enough stupid shit at home. They just had a stupid shit sale. They ain't gonna buy more. They're gonna go out in the parking lot and stuff this stuff into the big, fat, ugly, oversized SUV that's got plenty of room in it. Plenty of room in it for stupid shit and lots of room left over for these big, fat, ugly motherfuckers to get them home.
Or the freaking minivans. No, the more I'm listening to this, the more I'm so grateful. My parents really tried to be healthy and they tried to be aware of what we're eating, even though we don't always know what's in the food that we're eating. But I feel like my parents always made sure that we had vegetables, we had fresh fruits, we had, as fresh as you can get here. They tried their best when it came to diet and eating healthy, and they taught me to love healthy foods. And it's hard for me to eat a lot of really heavy, meaty foods or really greasy foods. I need vegetables every once in a while. Like, gosh, I have such a hard time with if I have fast food for too long or really meaty potato meals too much. I am so grateful because it is so easy to get into a spot where you're just eating junk constantly here. That is absolutely 100% what is more convenient to get here. You can't just walk across the street and go to a fresh bakery. You can't just walk down the street and hit the fresh vegetable stands or things like that. You don't have that here. And it's so much easier to just grab a microwave meal or grab some fast food on the way. I don't know. It's insane. So I'm very, very grateful for the way that I grew up. I'm very grateful to my parents for doing that. I feel bad for people who grew up, and I know several people who grew up with just very unhealthy parents, and they didn't teach their kids how to love good food. They just gave them fried chicken or ribs or things like that, store-bought, of course. But I feel so bad. I don't blame, a lot of the time I don't blame people for being in this habit because a lot of them grew up eating like this. And their parents just, I don't know where the heck that started. But, man, I feel like my family really dodged a bullet there. So anyway, I have thoughts about that, guys. It's rough. It is so, it's hard.
Stopping, of course, for jelly roll and fried dough.
Yeah.
These people are efficient, professional, compulsive consumers. It's their civic duty. Consumption. It's the new national pastime. Fuck baseball. It's consumption. The only true, lasting American value that's left, buying things. Buying things. People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway.
Dude, I'm so grateful for my parents. They also taught me to stay out of debt as much as possible, especially credit card debt, things like that. I kind of learned that, if you have a mortgage, maybe a car payment, maybe if you're taking a second to pay off your phone without interest rates, that's something. But to just max out your credit card or to just buy things with money that you don't have was very, very ingrained in me that that's not okay and that's going to get you in trouble. So grateful for that. I never was in debt. I never had any student loans. The only time that I earned debt was when I got married and I got my husband's debt. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's very, very sad and very, what's the word? Very, constraining? Oh my gosh. Like you're kind of trapped in this just constant having to pay money that you did not need to pay because you're paying interest rates on your credit card. It's awful. And it's hard to get out of. Apparently, I know people who, they know that they're in debt. They know that they should not be spending money, but they still do it because that's just their way of life. People eat because it's their way of life. People spend money because it's their way of life. And it's just what they're used to. It's what makes them comfortable. It's very interesting. Anyway, sad, man. I know that people are laughing, but I'm over here like, I see this around me every single day. It's very heartbreaking.
Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, and you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education.
Go to
We
university.
need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. They say, oh, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. That's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there, it's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word, they use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind 3 things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason.
I thought it was going to go into school
shootings,
shootings,
there's a reason
honestly.
Education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers.
And people who are proud of their country and are, we're the best and stuff like that. Anyway, this very, very much rings true to me. This is what he's talking about. I've had to learn through freaking YouTube. You know what I mean? I never learned it through the media. Never learned it through watching the news. I never learned it from, I never learned it from my parents, really. I never learned it from my education. Never learned it in schools. We recited the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. Anyway, I just, this is very, very interesting. I want to know where he's from. I mean, he's from here, but I wonder what state he's from. I wonder what his life story is. He's very, I feel like this guy is unique with his opinions and straightforward. Look at his eyes. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit if he's offending somebody. He's seen too much and he's freaking tired of it. It's very interesting. That's something that's that I'm really noticing is just the look in his eyes is so just like straight, just just mad, man. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's true.
Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care.
It's because a lot of the time we don't have that opinion brought to us. A lot of the time we're, it's pushed into our brain, oh, America's the greatest country in the world. Nobody's got it better. Everyone wants to be like us. We are the example. We are the leaders of the world. Everyone's trying to get here. That's the kind of stuff we're hearing. And so, of course, we're not going to notice. Of course, we're not going to think, you know what, sometimes it takes us a second. Unless you start talking to people from other countries or doing research on your own, that's just what we learn. That's what we learn in school. That's what we learn in church, which some of us are not part of anymore. That's what we learn in our families. That's what we learn from our friends, just the adults around us that we are supposed to be learning from and really looking up to. That's what they're telling us. You know what I mean? And so when he says, nobody notices, I'm like, yes, you're correct. And hopefully more and more people can learn about this kind of stuff, be aware of this kind of stuff. Hopefully more and more people can realize, we don't have it better than every other country in this world. We have it better than some, that's for sure. But it's, there's a lot of biases going on over here that I did not even really think much of until just a year ago? Not even a year ago, when we started reacting to videos like this and actually starting this conversation. That's just not something that a lot of Americans are, that's not something they come across for a long time. So that's very interesting. Okay.
Good, honest, hardworking people. White collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hardworking people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
That's where you guys got that quote. Oh my God, you know how many times you guys have put that in my YouTube comments? I've seen that so many times. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. That must be from something, because everyone was quoting it. George Carlin, okay, got it. Wow. Tell us how you really feel, George. No, I really love that. I admire people who can just give their super straightforward opinion and not care who they're offending. I think that that's really, really important, and that's something that we are very, very quickly losing. Even I get nervous to talk about certain things, and even I started to feel uncomfortable with things he was saying, because I'm like, oh my gosh, how many people are looking at this and being like, oh, I'm so offended right now. Look good, be nice, be kind. Anyway, but yeah, there were a lot of things that I agreed with him on. It is sad. It is sad that it took me so long to realize this kind of stuff. And it is sad that there are still a lot of people around me who don't like the kind of stuff that I react to or that we talk about here, because they still are very, very much, they freaking love America, and there's nothing better in their minds. So anyway, hopefully we can keep, having an open mind. Let me know what you guys think about the comments he made or any comments that I made. Let me know what else I should be watching and what other conversations we should be having. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.